Monday, January 27th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. And of course, the majority of this video is going to focus on the upcoming winter storm for parts of the Carolinas and the Southeast as a whole. There are the winter weather products out as we speak. The blue counties, that is winter storm watches that are up. The pink counties, that's a winter storm warning up for parts of coastal sections of the Carolinas and the coastal plain. Now, before we get into that, yesterday had a pretty nice day, up into the 50s for highs. Many of us will see 50s again today, just ahead of an incoming cold front. Right now, a lot of 40s on the board. 42 in Boone and 45 in Greensboro and Raleigh, but a big charge of Arctic air plunges in by tonight. Now, just ahead of this front, we have a little bit of rain being indicated on the radar, a little bit of a wintry mix in the mountains. Piedmont could see a few areas of light rain or sprinkles today, but it's not going to be a big deal. In terms of the satellite, we're going to have a lot of cloud cover today as this front moves in, and we'll continue to see lots of clouds tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night too, as you can note there on Futurecast. Now let's show you what's happening out west. Two pieces of energy that we've been watching on the modeling for seemingly forever now. One piece right there. When I animate, you'll see another piece diving down the front range of the Rockies. It looks like they will not phase. At least that's the indication right now, and that's kind of my gut feeling that we're not going to see those two pieces of energy phase. More on that coming up. Now, this is the Futurecast model with the surface features overlaid, and it is really the furthest east of almost every model with the precipitation fields. There we go tomorrow, and then that scoots through the eastern Carolinas tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. GFS, the 6Z run is in, and it's a little similar to its previous run. A little bit further east with some of the heavier precip totals, but still one of the furthest north and west models. Now let me just show you the various snow charts and a few of the models here. This is Futurecast, the RPM model, and then notice again it is really far east with the snow. It doesn't bring any snow to the I-85 corridor whatsoever, only a tenth of an inch of snow to Raleigh. On the other hand, here's the GFS. This is the 6Z run now, and it brings over a foot of snow to Raleigh, 5 inches to Greensboro, 3.9 to Charlotte, even Mount Airy getting into the action, and the mountains too. The NAM is probably a pretty good compromise, and I'm not drawing a snow map just yet, but if I were, it would probably look pretty similar to the NAM in terms of the overall placement of snow. And I'm telling you what, this is looking like a nasty, nasty ice storm in some areas. Check out the NAM model and what it's printing out. Now, this is ice accumulation now, freezing rain and sleet. Hopefully, a lot of that would fall in the form of sleet, because if it's all freezing rain, that is a nasty, nasty deal, over an inch of ice. And I'm telling you what, I've been looking at the SREF models, and it's in pretty good agreement. Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Wilmington, a lot of ice involved with this system. Now let's look what's happening aloft here. This is the Canadian model. Compare that at the same time to the European. Excuse me. There's your southern piece of energy. Here's the northern piece of energy. Notice they are missing the phase. Okay, you go out to the GFS from 0Z, and even though it's closer, you still kind of missed the phase. Now you go out to the 18Z GFS yesterday. There's your two pieces of energy, and they did in some shape, form, or fashion phase, and that's why you had the really heavy and aggressive totals on that previous run of the GFS. Now here's the 0Z run of the GFS today. I didn't throw the 6Z charts in there, but this is the 0Z run, and you see that precip making it north and west of I-85. And this was the 18Z run yesterday, but that was so aggressive. Now let's look at the NAM, and again this was the 6Z run of the NAM, and it brings the precip to roughly I-85. And there's been a lot of talk about these SREF models. This was the 3Z run, the most recent run at the time I was cutting this video. Compare that to the previous run from 21Z, and you notice, all right, there's 21Z and there's the more recent 3Z. Certainly a little bit of an eastward adjustment. That northwest trend has ceased on the SREF. So the bottom line is here, I'm leaning toward roughly the I-85 corridor in the Carolinas being roughly the northwest extent of the snow, but there's certainly still room for adjustment. Adjustment is we're 24 hours plus away from this event getting underway, and something we'll keep watching. I'll probably try to build some type of map soon, and I'll post that on Facebook and Twitter, so be looking for that. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.